Hello, it's Roger Retro. Hope you're all well. Thanks for coming back to me. Almost a couple of weeks ago now, went and took a trip to the internationally renowned, world famous retro realm featuring Greetings YouTube, Sega Zombie. Ed was going to make the journey over as well, and it was looking like Scott Marathon Gaming was going to come along, but unfortunately he was unwell. I think it was more he couldn't contain the excitement of seeing me in the flesh again. Anyway, got over to Scott in Ipswich, Sailmakers shopping centre it is. Awesome shop, and I'll tell you what, it's proper stacked out now. There's so much there, loads of treats to be had. And me and Ed sort of said we'll meet up there when we get there, and then maybe go on and nip to CEX. And I said there's a cash exchange nearby, which is quite good as well. So anyway, I got there mega early, as I usually do, stupidly early. So I got there just as he messaged me to say, I'm just leaving now, mate. So I hung about, and I had some trades anyway. So I went along to the retro realm and see Sega Zombie, see Scott, and had a look through, and was overwhelmed. So much there, so much good stuff. And I took a bag of what I had left of the PS2 games. So everything's gone now, PS2 related. Although I haven't said that, I do have a little pile. I think I put some by for someone. Shit, my memory's terrible. Oh, man. Who did I put them by for? Retro Chef. Retro Chef wanted to buy a few. Christ, nearly forgot. I no doubt he's forgotten. Mind you, I think when he puts stuff by, he takes him a year. I remember that time he got, what was it? Ali to do a pickup for him, and it took him a year to get it off him. So yeah, I've got a few more games, PS2 to get rid of, to Retro Chef if he still wants them, and then everything PS2 related is gone. And Scott did me a good trade, and managed to pick up some more important PS1 games. So I was proper chuffed with that. And so as I've had a little pile here for a couple of weeks, and I thought, finally I've got a day off today, get up in the loft and do a bit of a sorting out. Where my loft hatch is, it's been so dangerous, honestly. I've got bags of crap piled up around the loft hatch, and it's just been a nightmare. So finally I've moved everything out the way. Then I've had other bags and boxes and stuff to bring up here, so I've kind of blocked the hatch again and then moved it all up the other end. And I'm trying to cope with doing that in my old man slippers. So we're getting there, we're having fun. And I thought, a bit of time out, have a bit of a check through the old game collection, and yeah, and then I thought, oh, have a sit down, chill out, do a vid. Why not? Be rude not to, as OG says. This one, I've been looking for this for quite a while, and I'm sure it was Ninja Bear Hug Stu featured this on one of his videos not that long ago, probably a month or two ago. And it's Lucky Luke, and he did a bit of a playthrough of it, and I was quite intrigued because it's a bit like almost like Toy Story before Toy Story was a thing. So yeah, it's pretty cool, and it's number 3530. It's all complete. Manuel's in there, looks lovely, and yeah, nice one to add to the collection. Did get some random games, real random ones. Where he did me I was looking through, pulling out the games that I needed, using my little black book, and in all honesty, gaming funds are very limited at the moment. So I was looking through, and I pulled a little sort of 4 or 5 out, and I thought, oh, that'd probably do me for the trade. And then Scott gave me a figure of what he was going to allow me, and I was quite surprised, and I thought, even better, lovely. So he added some more. And then yeah, it turned out really well. As I say, done me a real solid. So this is 10-pin alley, and got a really big manual in this. 10-pin alley bowling. Sorry about the glare. Looks pretty basic, to be fair, but it's all 3D graphics. So yeah, EA distributed by EA, developed by someone else. Can't read that. This is number 534, 10-pin alley. Still love collecting for PlayStation, but collecting at the moment is reaching, or reached now, a bit of a full stop, because gaming funds. My pocket money's run out. This one here, Speed Freaks. These are all games I needed. He's got loads of PS1 games in at the moment. This is 1763, Speed Freaks. This is a bit like a kart racer, so it's Mario Kart-esque street. What was that other one? Street Racer. That sort of style. Crash Bash type kart racing game. Really cool. Speed Freaks. And then this one. Been on a bit of a Frogger tip lately with my recent addition to the OG Xbox, NTSC Frogger Beyond. Finally got to play that game, and it was really good. Got to say, it's an absolute cracking game. Really addictive as well. I see this, I needed this, so added this. Frogger 2, Swampy's Revenge. Quite cool artwork. Does look... These are always quite entertaining, aren't they? 3D sort of version of the original. So it's 2853. So I say the Xbox one was quality. Pop and Pop. Now this is, whether it's Bust a Move or Bubble related, I would say it's probably Bust a Move related, this, by the look of it. 6 gameplay styles. Pop and Pop. Nice, vibrant, colourful inlay. And this is 1971. I think it's more going to be Bust a Move related. So looks pretty cool. Very addictive games, them. Now this one, Populous 2. Is it Populous 2? No, Populous the Beginning. Populous 1. I've got a case spare that I need to swap that over with. So there's a bit of a reason I've got a case. So Populous the Beginning. I've got Populous 2. This is 1760. Never going to play this sort of game. Not my sort of thing. I think it's like a God Sim, isn't it? That sort of, yeah. Yeah, I'm never going to play that, but nice one to add to the collection. And this is a bit of a bizarre one. And it is Egypt, 1156 BC. Tomb of the Pharaoh. And it's 1600. It's just got Egypt on the side. But it's got no... I looked at that and I thought, I've got to get that, because maybe one day I'll get to have a blast on it. And it's got no screenshots on the back. How bizarre is that? I don't think there's many with no screenshots on the back. There's always some sort of screenshot. Again, I'll case swap it. I've got a couple of cases, and to swap that over. So yeah, really pleased to add those. And then well, me and Ed finally turned up, and we was having a good natter and a good search through, and Ed was doing his little pictures and videos of the realm, and then we're looking through, and there was loads there, absolutely stacked out with figures and videos, films, just gaming stuff, consoles, the lot. And it was great to see. It was really busy. We were in there for a good few hours, and yeah, but really cool, so brilliant. And I hope that McDonald's wasn't too rough that you had when you finally got to eat it, Scott. So, and then we were chatting away, and I said, I said, Scott, you're bound to have a little box of manuals or extras, you know, spare bits and bobs, mainly manuals. Because I was thinking from a little black book, I've got a list of manuals I need for Master System Mega Drive. And I thought he's going to be one to ask. And I'd never asked him that before. And he come out and he turned round and he come out with one box and then went back and got another box. And he had about 4 boxes of bloody different manuals from all sorts of consoles. And there was nothing for me. However, Ed got right in amongst it. There was loads of Game Boy Gold in there. So some real quality manuals. So it's a good job I asked the question. But no doubt it cost Ed a few quid because there was some real proper gold. Anyway, go over and see RetroEdUk, his video. He's already done a video on his pickups for the day. So anyway, then we were chatting about the world. And Scott said, I've got something put by for you. And he's just rummaging in amongst all his gear. And he said, and I didn't have a clue. Now, it must have been over a year ago. I went to Scott's and got loads of PS1 stuff. And in amongst the PS1 stuff, there was one game that had got a dink in the disc. And it weren't right, but it was easily missed. So, and at the time, Scott said, no problem, buddy. I'll sort that out. I'll give you another one. Don't worry about it. And good as gold. A year or so later, everyone had completely forgotten. I'd completely forgotten about it. And he went, I put this by for you bloody about a year ago. Anyway, it's Forsaken. And it's all complete. And I've got the other version, but the disc is mangled. So I've got a spare case, which I can use for one of those. So huge thanks, Scott. Thanks for remembering me, and thanks for sorting it out, you absolute legend. And thank you so much. Get yourself along to, honestly, the Retro Realm Ipswich Sailmakers Shopping Centre. Absolutely brilliant. Well worth a visit, honestly. And so then me and Ed trotted off without, I mean, he got some real quality treats. He really did. Some bits that he'd seen Scott advertise on Swap Shop, and some old stuff. Like, I don't know if it was Amiga discs. I mean, I'm not into any of that, so I ain't got a bloody clue. Unless it's a cartridge or a CD or a DVD or Blu-ray, I ain't got a bloody clue about it. So we both head off with our bag of treats. We nipped in Cash Exchange, and it looked quite good, to be fair. Initially there was lots of bits there, lots of retro, and Ed piped up and he see a Game Boy Advance cart, I think it was, and it was a Zelda, a black Game Boy Zelda cart. And on closer inspection, I mean, I don't really know, it's been years since I've even concentrated on Game Boy stuff. But he sussed, with a good close inspection, he sussed it really looked ropey. It looked like a fakie. So he left it behind. And then we trotted off to CEX, and it was pretty good. Pretty cool, to be fair. Nice selection of stuff. But as we walked in the door, as you go in, now all the films and that, it's a bizarre setup. All the films, Blu-rays, DVDs and all that are all downstairs. And there's a whole sort of 2-floor system in this CEX. So the upper level is just all games everywhere. And it's quite small. But as we walk in, you've got the Xbox stuff there in the middle on an island. And then over on the back wall, there's Switch stuff. And now as we walked in, we both sort of gravitated towards the Switch, as you do. And this game just stood out. And I just thought, wow, I've never seen that, know nothing about it. And Ed's a bit more au fait with the Switch and what's been released, and he's got some quality titles. I think he's got, looking at his shelf, he must have, I don't know, 50 or 100 games, something like that. So I've had a nosy on his room tour. So it's difficult to tell how many games there are on the Switch because the spines are only tiny. and you see these red spines all lined up, and it's hard to sort of work out how many you got. But I would guess he's probably got 50, 100 games. And he said, I've never seen that. Didn't know anything about that one. And I thought, oh, I said, it'd be rude not to. Got to grab that. And it was only a cheapie as well. It was 12 quid. And it's Super Epic. And it's the Entertainment War. Super Epic. And it's a numbskull games, which I've worked out they do some real bizarre games. And games that I've been missing out on because I've been all about Xbox for so many years, sort of current gen, and now I'm discovering the switcheroony. And this is really bizarre. Video games are dead, we must save them. Join a heroic raccoon and valiant llama to take down the evil Ragnant Corp in this action-packed, chuckle-filled Metroidvania. And I thought, bloody hell, that's a bit of me. As long as it's not too tough, that's a bit of me. I'll give that a go. And it's great fun so far. I mean, I haven't played a great deal of it, but I played it for about, must be probably nearly an hour, and having great fun with it. Really am. So I thoroughly recommended. Got a funky bit of artwork inside. So yeah, it's really weird because it is all sort of kind of old school. You get like a loading screen and it's all like 8-bit graphics, and then when you hit and attack an enemy, you get sort of yeah, just check it out. It's only a cheapie, as I say, in CEX, 12 quids. It's well worth playing. If you like your Metroidvanias, platformers, really basic games, why not? Super Epic. So it was a nice one to add to the collection. I've had a little go. And then recently I've had some trade credit hanging about too long for the for CEX, so I thought I need to get rid of that. And I looked through and I thought, oh, I've not played that one, and I really enjoyed the first one on the 360, and it's Bayonetta. So I didn't realise there's a 2, but then I think I knew there was a 2, 1 and 2, but I didn't realise there was a 3 released on the Switch. So I'm going to get all 3, but what I have discovered is number 1 is stupid dosh. So I'm going to have to get it eventually, but not for a long time yet. But I'm looking forward to giving this one a go and to see where the series went. Because the first one was proper bizarre. Her hair was part of her weaponry, and yeah, it was really, really bizarre, but great fun. It was really reminded me of a Devil May Cry sort of, but wackier. So yeah, Bayonetta 3. As I say, I've got to track down number 2 and number 1, and then the boy's been playing through his games recently and doing really well, playing his Switch, which is nice. And he's completed a few games, which is great to hear. And this one, we were going to go and do some trades and get some new bits. And he said, oh, Dad, I'm going to get rid of this. And I went, yeah, not getting rid of that, are you? Surely not. And he was like, yeah, I've completed it. And I was like, bloody hell, that's good going. Brilliant. And I said, well, I ain't played that one, and I've got the slightly older one. And so I said, I'll give you... And he went, well, they give me 28 quid trade for it or something. He said, you'd have it for 30 or 40 quid, as you do. 10 out of 10 for trying. But then I had another load of trade credit. So I ended up giving him much more, and I think I rounded up to about 50 quid in the end. But anyway, I got this off him, and he said it's really good. He said the only thing is he would have rather been playing as Link rather than Zelda. So I said, you'll probably prefer the one I got, the slightly older one. He said, well, that was really good, really brilliant game. Really enjoyed it, but I'm not going to play it again. So fair play. But I think he'd enjoy the one before it, probably just as much. But really cool artwork in this. It's just the standard edition. And it's another one added to the collection. Another one that I probably won't get round to playing for bloody ages. But there we go. So yeah, I added 3 Switch games, 2, 4, 6, 8 PS1 games. Whoa! And got to meet in the flesh once again the legend that is Sega Zombie and also RetroEdUk. Anyway, that's me pickups for this month. For the next month or two, probably 2, it's going to be very quiet on the pickups, next to nothing at all. Mainly because gaming budget, it's Harry's birthday tomorrow, and so yeah, maxing out, getting him stuff for his birthday, and also got some big bills come up, so need to have a clear out and a sort out, and then but it'll give me time to concentrate, maybe playing these bloody games and actually getting in amongst it and sorting stuff out and having a move round and making the best of my collection, but also playing the bloody games and also playing 360 games and Xbox Series and Xbox One games with a view to looking to maybe thin them out a little bit. Got way too much and there's only so much you can play, so less is more and all that. Anyway, right, I'm going to get in amongst it. Head over to Retro Realm as soon as you can. Go and see him. And thanks for watching. Bye-bye.